Want to go ahead and kick us off?
Hello, and welcome to the October 2025 West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Call. I am so excited to kick off today's meeting with a big congratulations to Kevin DiGregorio on being presented the Guy Peduto Award. That one is very special to us, so congratulations, Kevin. Let's give him a little applause and a little love in the chat. And I'm going to send it over to Amber to get us started with some ecosystem updates.
Okay, well, we appreciate everyone hopping on every month and joining us. We're really excited we met last week to really gear up for Bridging Innovation Week. So I'm going to open a poll for you all to give some feedback on Bridging Innovation Week planning as we look towards opening a call for proposals and look at some partnership events that we want to get out to folks. So I'll leave that up and have you guys fill that out as we move into today's programming. We're going to take all of that feedback back and make sure that we're really tailoring Bridging Innovation Week to meet the needs of the ecosystem. So we appreciate everyone. You will see a call for proposals coming out after we get some of this information here in October. Probably early November, we'll be launching our sponsorship levels and our call for proposals, as well as our 2027 host site RFI too. Like all of that good stuff comes out at once about bridging, but it's really gearing up and we're excited. So I will open that and then we'll go ahead and dive into our next step. Tara?
All right, so we're going to send it over to James Carnes. James, what is going on with Beacon? We're hearing lots about the Beacon House. We've got a nonprofit. Tell us all about it.
There we go. Can you hear me, Tara? Just make sure my audio is coming through.
I got you.
Awesome. Thanks. Sorry for being on the road, guys, but always excited to get on and talk with folks in the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Can't really tell the story of Beacon without telling the story of Iconic, which is the company that my co-founder and I started when we were WVU engineering students in 2019. I think a lot of you are probably familiar with the story, but the high level is that we started it in college, kind of bootstrapped it early on, worked with some local oil and gas companies, and then really were fortunate enough to be able to grow and scale our business to Texas, to California, Colorado, several other states, and then have raised in total about 6 million in funding, building software for the energy sector, which we're really proud of being able to obviously start here in West Virginia with such a strong energy background in the state. During that whole journey, though, we often realize that building can be really lonely. Even as a founder, even I have several founder friends in New York, San Francisco, Austin, wherever, and even in cities it can be lonely. And so, recently over the last year or so, I've become more full time and back in West Virginia. And as we've continued to grow our business, something that's always been, near and dear to my heart, as Tara and other folks in the ecosystem know, is mentoring and working and helping, as many of the next generation of entrepreneurs and founders in West Virginia as possible. And so that's really what was behind Beacon, kind of what inspired Beacon, was as, we navigated our own journey of building a business from literally nothing out of our, garage and kind of small office on the engineering campus of WVU to now, being a company that works with, $70 billion plus oil and gas companies, international companies, et cetera. Really trying to give founders a home as they were building their companies. So if you think about like where we fit into the ecosystem and really what Beacon is designed for, it's really designed for founders who are, coming out of something like Advantage. Maybe they're coming out of the G Beta, at the I Center at Marshall. If you think about where those founders have kind of, when they come through the funnel, the West Virginia ecosystem, maybe they pitched in Ignite. Maybe they, heard about the tech ecosystem through Tech Connect West Virginia. Maybe they pitched to WVU or Marshall. There's a lot of things that, a lot of great people are working on in the state in terms of top of funnel and getting, the next generation of founders excited about entrepreneurship and trying to equip them and give them resources to grow their business. But what kind of happens after you won the pitch competition, or what happens after you've raised $100,000 from Vantage Ventures or you've completed G Beta? That's really the focus of Beacon. It's really to be that kind of next step of in-person building for founders in West Virginia. So as Tara mentioned, there's a startup house that is a physical startup house right now in Morgantown. It's not a frat house. It's not a party house. It's actually probably the highest concentration of startups and builders in the state of West Virginia. I would take any name I bet on that any day. So I encourage people to come by and check it out. It's really just meant to be a physical home for founders. That's not really affiliated with any specific university or any specific group. It's really just meant to be a place for people to come and build and work on their business. Some of the founders, it's a 4,000 square foot house in Morgantown. And so some of the founders actually live there. It's kind of like a co-work, co-live space. And then kind of the whole bottom floor is another like 2,000 square feet where there's tons of standing desks, there's monitors. It's like if you just think of walking into like what you would expect an office to be in Silicon Valley or whatever, it's just really like a down to earth, scrappy place with a bunch of screens and people just getting shit done. And so that's really the goal of Beacon, is to give those people a home. There's also other things. It's more than just a house. It's more than just kind of the physical part. There's events and stuff that we want to plan. We obviously work a lot and coordinate closely with folks like Tara, Amber, Tech Connect, other people in the ecosystem to try to sponsor events, co-host events. We're actually sponsoring an AI with Vantage Ventures. We're co-sponsoring an AI hackathon as part of Innovation Week in the spring. Really with just the goal of trying to get as many people as possible, as many builders as possible, out and just building at the Beacon House, to just kind of promote building and entrepreneurship. So Beacon really is by founders for founders. If you know someone who's kind of, wants some pitch money, maybe they just finished Vantage. I know a lot of folks who Vantage already because I work closely with them, or maybe G Data. But if you know someone who's kind of, past that initial early phase, they maybe have a couple customers, early revenue, and they're just really trying to focus on kind of growing their business, continuing to find product market fit, that's really a great kind of perfect time for them to get connected with Beacon. So in total, I think all the founders we have in the program, spanning even across the US, there's several founders, like friends or people who live in Los Angeles or San Francisco that are from West Virginia but actively building their businesses. I think we've got about $40 million in total funding raised across all the founders who are a part of Beacon. And then tens of millions of dollars in revenue as well. So real operators, real people building businesses, raising money, scaling them, growing them. And a lot of them are, in West Virginia doing it, and then some of them are also out of it. So it's kind of creating that network. So I'll pause there if there's any questions. I know I'm kind of coming up right now on time, but I think Tara also posted the website. Please feel free to reach out to me directly via email or LinkedIn. I'm happy to chat with anybody.
Awesome. Thank you. It's almost like you practiced pitching before. So thanks, James. We appreciate it. And we're excited to showcase Beacon at Bridging Innovation Week 2026. I think it's going to be an awesome event. So we'll put your contact information in the follow-up for anybody that's interested. Would love for you all to get engaged. What an awesome opportunity brought to the state. So thank you. All right. Well, speaking of awesome opportunities and connecting folks, Matt, what is going on with the West Virginia Network?
Hey, awesome. And what a great way to segue into this topic. What James is building up at Beacon, I think it's exactly what's needed in the right direction to go. So one thing that I love about West Virginia and West Virginians is they're always eager to help. They're always eager to lean in, and they want to help support others and really grow from the ground up. And so we're looking to connect that and give that a platform and a home through the West Virginia Network. It's on LinkedIn. It's a LinkedIn group. And the focus of this is to be very transactional. You're looking for a fractional COO like Amber posted. You're looking for customer development. You need to be connected to a specific type of customer. And what we found is if you're in Charleston, your network extends maybe to Charleston, maybe to Huntington. If you're in Huntington, it probably doesn't go to Parkersburg. If you're in Morgantown, the Eastern Panhandle isn't connected. And then there's a world outside, or a large community outside of the state, the West Virginians abroad. And so we want to pull all those individuals, everyone here as well, into that one platform and to start crowdsourcing some of those asks and help really drive and scale outcome and impact. So if you could, my ask would be for everybody to pause for a second, go onto LinkedIn and look up the West Virginia Network. You have to put the. There's about 70 of us so far. 10 or so of us really kind of iterated on the idea to get the platform right, and join. And then from there, as you have asks or needs, post them in the group. And over time, hopefully we scale this. Our goal for Christmas is to get to 500. So awesome. Great to see everybody.
Thanks, Matt. We really appreciate that and looking forward to future collaborations with you and looking forward to having an event at Bridging Innovation Week. Okay, next up, Kathy Wagner. Can you talk on the tank?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
We got it.
Okay, good. All right. We have our third annual Tank Entrepreneur Pitch Contest coming up November the 12th. I just posted in the chat the link to our website and more information about it. It is Wednesday, November the 12th. Doors open at 5 p.m. at the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in downtown Clarksburg. Contest begins at 6. We have 5 outstanding finalists this year that will be vying for a Judge's Choice prize package totaling over $40,000, including $10,000 in cash. And the audience will vote on their fan favorite at the end after all 5 presentations. There's a $10 admission at the door, which is cash at the door. And the fan favorite that is voted on by the audience will receive that admission money. And so the more people that attend, the more money that fan favorite is going to get at the end of the evening. Since it's the day after Veterans Day, we are admitting veterans and active duty personnel with a valid ID free of charge. We're also allowing students with a valid ID to attend free of charge. We'll have door prizes to give away, and we'll also be presenting scholarships from Triple H Enterprises for our last year's high school business symposium winners. There are 5 high school students that will be awarded a $500 scholarship each. And the high school business symposium's kind of our Shark Tank Junior. They create a business plan in one day and present it and get selected. So this is our way of kind of weaning them up into the tank for the future. So if there's any questions, you can email myself or Marla. The link there to our website. We very much would like to see some angel investors in the audience. If they listen to a presentation that they like, they may be interested in investing. So we just look forward to our third event. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate it. Oh, right. And speaking of the Creative Network, this is actually an individual that I connected with through there. So Biddy, can you tell us a little bit about Quality Insights ThinkSpace Labs?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Biddy Smith with Quality Insights, where we've spent more than 50 years improving health and healthcare through data, innovation, and collaboration. We know rural communities are full of bright ideas, but often lack infrastructure, technical support, and connections to bring those ideas to life. That's why we created ThinkSpace, a new initiative designed to ignite innovation in rural health right here in West Virginia and across our region. ThinkSpace's Quality Insights Rural Innovation Lab, more than an incubator, it's a full innovation engine built for rural health, a place where ideas are nurtured with communities, not to them. We offer 3 connected tracks, meeting innovators exactly where they are. Incubator track for early ideas, accelerator track for MVPs ready to scale, and venture studio for critical gaps that need to be built from scratch. Historically, through our CMS supported programs, Quality Insights has helped launch and sustain community coalitions across West Virginia for nearly a decade, supporting partners in diabetes prevention, chronic disease management, care transition, and local health policy. Across our broader portfolio, we've generated over $1.7 billion in avoidable hospitalization cost savings, alongside measurable gains in prevention, quality, and community health outcomes across multiple states. ThinkSpace is about collaboration. We're looking to partner with innovators, agencies, educators, and local organizations who want to test, learn, and scale what works in rural health. If you're working on an idea that could make care more accessible, equitable, or data-driven, let's connect. ThinkSpace is here to help you take it from concept to impact together. I'll drop our link and my email in the chat. Thanks.
Thanks, Biddy. We're looking forward to learning more about ThinkSpace. Okay, next up, Quinn. What is going on with the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission?
Hi, everybody. My name is Quinn. I work for the state government, and I work for the part of the government that's focused on science, technology, and research. And I am here today so that you know who I am and you know what we are and what we do, so that the next time you have some kind of challenge related to research that the government can help with, or you want to collaborate with researchers at universities, or you are in search of a grant that has something to do with technology and research, you know where we are and you can contact us. So the Higher Education Policy Commission has the broad mandate of trying to add to the growth of the West Virginia economy and workforce development. And our piece of the puzzle is through doing that by contributing to research infrastructure, research capacity in the state, innovation. Traditionally, that kind of work has been done at universities and colleges because they have the capacity through professors and labs to be able to do what we call fundamental research or basic research, which is another way of saying science done without an end goal in mind. That is to say, there's no product this is done in the service of. It's honest to God in a scientific innovation. Now, that's great for universities, but it doesn't necessarily work for you all where there's a shorter time horizon. So that's where we come in. We work to coordinate among the state's different universities, but we also coordinate among university researchers and private sector entities. I'm going to put a link I'll put it in the chat to our Vision 2030. This is our recently released state science and technology plan. It contains achievements and shortcomings in the last 5 years and goals for the next 5. And when you look through, you will see that entrepreneurship is key. And so now you know who I am and what we do. Come say hi.
Thank you. So I've got maybe just make a note that I got told on because I give 30 seconds to folks typically. So I'm being ruthless with the timer today, and I apologize to anybody that gets hit by it. So Quinn, I know it's your first time, but I apologize. That's why I'm sticking with it because I got called out a little bit on being too lenient with my timers. So perfect. Lauren, you have a Wild, Wonderful, and Well event coming up. Tell us about it. See you on here if you're willing to share about it. Otherwise,
Sorry, I couldn't get my camera on.
oh, that's
I'm
okay.
trying to figure that out here.
Let me see if I just prompted it. There you go.
Okay, are we on?
Yes. Take it away.
Okay, perfect. My name is Lauren Vega, and I am the marketing director for BDY Studios. We're a local studio here in Huntington. And one of the things that I wanted to speak about is an event that we're having on October 23rd. So that's next Thursday at 5 o'clock. It will go until about 8:30. We're having a local fitness class followed by a vendor market and live music. And the whole purpose of this event is to raise money for the foundation called the Wild and Well Foundation. So this is kind of a two-part discussion. I would love if anybody's in the area to attend the event. But also, if you're interested in the Wild and Well Foundation in partnering with us, our goal is to provide wellness opportunities and wellness trainings for the youth, not only in Huntington, but also in the state of West Virginia, so that once they graduate high school and graduate college, they have the ability to train, to work with perhaps physical rehabilitation, and to have some sort of income and leadership skills once they finish that middle ground education before going on to higher education. And maybe they discover this is something that they want to do for their career. So once again, mark your calendars, October 23rd, and we would love to see you. If you have any questions, I will drop my email in the chat. And I think mine's going to be done pretty short here.
All right. Thanks, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Speaking of events, Tyler Brandsetter, I heard you have an event coming up.
We do. It is the 12th annual West Virginia Makes Festival. I think you guys probably heard me talk about this last month, but it's back. So next Friday is the Makes Festival. So this is our big yearly celebration of everything making in West Virginia. I know a lot of you all will probably be at the Women Warriors Summit that was scheduled at the exact same time, which is fine, but if you can take a break from it, please feel free to come down to Marshall's campus. We would love to have you. Any of your clients that operate businesses within the area, let them know about this because it is completely free for them to set up. They don't have to be doing something in the manufacturing sector. Just as long as they are making something cool in West Virginia, they can even be outside of West Virginia if they like. We have a bunch of international companies that are going to be here as well, doing some cool activities with kids. Nucor, Steel, and Toyota are almost always there throughout these. So um, if you've got somebody that's doing something cool in West Virginia, definitely feel free to share this with them and let them know they can come and set up for free. If they are an early stage startup, this is a great opportunity for them to go in for a very risk-free opportunity to get in front of people and get some feedback. We are also still looking for judges. So if you'd like to volunteer and you're in the area to be a judge, some of you may be getting a call regardless as to whether or not you volunteered. But yeah, that's coming up on the 12th. And there is a $2,500 prize if you do get selected as the winner of the design competition. So definitely let your clients know that as well. Just a little bit to sweeten up the pot, but we are still accepting applications all the way up until the day of. So if you have some last minute folks, feel free to get them in.
Perfect. Thank you. And we'll be sure to put that in the follow-up, which we'll get out tomorrow at the latest so it can get there for you, Tyler. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have our partner spotlight from last month that's going to be just doing a quick reminder. So Allison, can you talk to us again about the Small Business Credit Survey with a helpful reminder?
Hey everybody, I'm Allison Clark, Project Manager for the Federal Reserve Small Business Credit Survey. A reminder that the ecosystem is partnering with the Fed's SBCS to gather responses to this year's survey of small business owners. Currently, the ecosystem has just 5 responses, and we need 50 responses for the ecosystem to get a custom partner report that benchmarks your all's collective network with the national sample. And then 100 employer firm responses needed to get a state level chart book for the state of West Virginia. So to help you get to that 100 responses, just wanted to give you all a few tips. One, start by identifying businesses on your client list that you work closely with. 2, give them a direct invite to the 12-minute survey and share how it's mutually beneficial. So some messages to consider are, 1, that your organization is going to benefit by having data that informs your programming and meets the needs of business owners like them. 2, federal, state, and local government leaders use this data to guide policy decisions that affect business owners. And we currently are missing that data collectively at the West Virginia level. And so we want to see that included this year in a state level report. And I'll share a link to that, examples of that in a moment. 3, financial institutions use the data to identify underserved segments of the small business sector. 4, the Federal Reserve leadership uses the data to understand challenges, expectations, and barriers to accessing credit. So this is their chance to share their voices with policymakers confidentially about their financial and operational experiences. And so we want to make sure that those voices are heard. I'm dropping links in the chat to promote that survey link that's unique to the ecosystem. If you would like some prefabbed marketing materials to just lift and put into your newsletter or email, just shoot me an email there and I will pass along the info to you. And you can see an example of the chart books for the state level in the chat. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Allison. And just to reiterate, this is very important because that data is critical and we will be sharing it with the entire ecosystem. So this is not something we're going to get data and hold up tight to it. We want to make sure that we are giving this to everyone in the ecosystem. That can help whenever you're applying for grants. And again, talking with policymakers to make the best decisions possible for our entrepreneurs in the state of West Virginia. So thank you, Allison, for coming on the call. All right, next up, Sarah Payne. What's up with the West Virginia Grant Resource Center?
Hi, Tara. Hi, Amber. Thanks for having me today. And real quick, the West Virginia Grant Resource Center, I see a lot of friends and we've worked kind of through some projects over the last 3 years. And it's a partnership between WVU and Marshall. And we help with grant proposals. So we're all things pre-award. And we serve businesses and entrepreneurs as well. And we're actually working on a grant to do that. Lexi, if you want to go ahead and flip through. Our impact in the last 3 years, we've brought in $46 million and we've had 102 successful projects. And so it's in partnership with all of you. We've impacted all 55 counties and we have an ask today. And so we will go ahead and show the QR code here. We are in the middle of doing a service provider survey. And so we would love if you offer any services to small businesses or entrepreneurs, we'd love for you to participate in a 5-minute, at most 8-minute survey. And this will help us fill in the gaps and support and complement what you're doing without being redundant to what you're doing. And so we're in the space of trying to link small businesses up with grant opportunities and funding opportunities. But we just want to make sure that we're not encroaching on how you're serving small businesses. So please just take a minute to do that. And if you have any questions, Lexi's also going to put a link to the survey in the chat. But Liz Vertullo is my counterpart. She couldn't be with us today, but she's at WVU, and I'm the lead for Marshall, and we have a great team. And we just want to help create more economic prosperity for West Virginia. So thanks so much for the time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I know we've been working with the Grant Resource Center. It's just been incredible, an incredible resource. So thank you. And please get your feedback in. It's vital. So, okay. All right. Mary Hott, there's a new SBIR STTR learning platform, I think. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, actually have two things, two new programs. One is that we're continuing our webinar series. This would be WV Sprint, which is a collaboration between USRIA, U.S. Research Impact Alliance, and the West Virginia Small Business Development Center. It is specific to SBIR. So if anyone is in the innovation technology space and interested in SBIR, this would be for you. The webinars are in November and January. I will put a link to those. They are specialized this time. November's webinar on November 13th is understanding the Department of Defense or Department of War and submitting to those. And on January 15th is commercialization strategies for SBIR. So those are two really important webinars if you're going to apply for SBIR grants. The other is a new online learning platform, which is fantastic. And I will also put a link into that. It's a learning portal, basically. If you can't attend webinars, or even service providers, even if you're not submitting an SBIR yourself, if you're a service provider and you keep hearing about SBIR and you want to learn more about it, this learning platform is fantastic. And it's led by an SBIR expert. There's videos, there's blog posts, there's all kinds of content on there. And again, I'll put the link to that, and that's going to be available really soon. So thanks.
Thank you so much. I know we want to increase the state utilization and in participation in those programs. So get your SBIR, STTR proposals in and get some matching funds. Okay. The last one before we switch over to Secretary of State and the SBDC and our investor collaborative and all of those good folks before the entrepreneurs is Brian Shaw. What's going on with Foster, West Virginia?
I'm still not ready for this. But we've got a couple workshops coming up in the near future. I'll speak to one, then Marjorie's going to pick up the other two. But we've got on November 18th, we have a childcare workshop. That's where we've talked about it before. It's been pretty successful from the folks that we've been able to attract to this workshop, where we bring in all the key service providers that you need to meet with if you would like to start a child care facility or business in home or facility or center, or if you'd just like to expand the one that you have. And that's bringing in the health department, the fire marshal, the folks from Connect, and us, of course, and SBDC in many cases as well. And that one is going to be November 18th. It's in Mason County. It's at 6:30 p.m. at the Main Street Baptist Church. I'll turn over to Marjorie.
Okay, thanks, Brian. We have two other, I guess, events, workshops is what we're calling them. These are not necessarily only for startups. These could be for businesses beyond 0 to 3 years, which is what FASTER usually covers. We are offering business certification workshops. So these are for businesses that are woman-owned, veteran-owned, or minority-owned. And we have two different events. One is October 21st in Mason County, And our next event is in Putnam County, November the 19th. And I will drop in the links for those. But this enables companies to get government contracts or get certain private, corporation contracts by being certified. And I forgot I was on a timer. Another huge project that we're working on is called Taste of Appalachia. And if you all have been following, we are highlighting, of course, I'm not
Sorry.
able to find it. Oh, wait. Oh, we are highlighting 17 different vendors from 9 different counties with 8 gift sets. And we are lifting so many producers in the state, and these can be purchased statewide by through Friday, the 17th. I'll put the link in the notes.
Thanks, Marjorie and Brian, for hearing the Advantage Valley Faster update. So thank you both for that. Okay, next it is my privilege to introduce Secretary Warner with the Secretary of State's office, who will be giving a couple of updates. And I think there might even be a celebration going on. Is that correct, Secretary Warner?
Absolutely, Terry. Thank you very much. I got to tell you, I'm very energized by everyone that's presented today. James, I look forward to checking out the Beacon House when I'm in Morgantown, and Matt, I'll sign up with the West Virginia Network. I'm calling today, yes, Tara, from our regional office here in Clarksburg. I respect all of your time, so please excuse me while I refer to prepared remarks for today's call. As many of you know, 8 years ago, the Secretary of State's office opened a regional office in Clarksburg. The Clarksburg office is part of the West Virginia One-Stop Business Center, which assists entrepreneurs and business owners with a host of services, now including 1-hour registration. That move was so successful in bringing our services to the citizens that we opened a second regional office in Martinsburg a year later. We call these offices our regional business hubs. The business hubs make it easier for business owners, entrepreneurs, and voters looking for in-person services. You no longer have to come to Charleston. So both Clarksburg and Martinsburg are fully staffed with business and licensing professionals who can handle just about any service that we offer. Our 2 regional business hubs are strategically located so that no one is more than 2 hours drive from one of our offices. The Clarksburg hub is located at 153 West Main Street in the State Office Building, and our Martinsburg hub is located at 229 East Martin Street, adjacent to the historic Roundhouse in downtown Martinsburg. So I want to encourage everyone on this call to use our business hubs if you need something done in person. And I mean that. Consider our staff as an extension of your team and use them as a resource. But I also want to remind everyone that we also offer virtual office hours where you can schedule a call at a time that's convenient for you with a member of my staff in the West Virginia One-Stop Business Center. Thanks to our work with the West Virginia legislature, what used to routinely take up to 2 weeks to open a new business can now take less than 2 hours. So I want to publicly thank and congratulate our staff here in the Clarksburg office on the 8th anniversary of the Regional Business Hub here. In other news, I'm happy to report that we had 1,152 new domestic businesses to be created in the month of September and 1,619 total business registrations. That counts both foreign and domestic. The top 5 counties in new business growth by the numbers are Berkeley County with 105 new domestic businesses, Kanawha County 96 new domestic businesses, Monongalia County 88, Raleigh County 88, and Cabell County 79 new domestic businesses. And the top 5 counties in new business growth in September by a percentage of overall growth are: number 1, Morgan County with 1.91% growth, Monroe County 1.81%, Wirt County with 1.68%, Wayne County with 1.6%, and Pleasants County with 1.55%. Let me end our monthly report by saying that I'm always happy to take part in local, regional, and state economic development conferences and meetings. Just reach out, let me know what's going on in your part of the state. And just last month, I was honored to speak at the WVEDC annual conference in Bridgeport, the Upshur County EDA meeting in Buchanan, the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce annual breakfast in Moundsville, and at the National Association of Barbers that were holding their national convention in Charleston this year. Thank you all very much for allowing me to join you today.
Thank you so much, Secretary Warner. We appreciate it. And it's just an incredible amount of businesses. And it's always cool to hear that monthly update, and congratulations to the Clarksburg office. All right, Mark Burdett, what's going on with the West Virginia Small Business Development Center?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's delighted to be here today. It's great to see we're at 97 people on the call. That is so awesome. I always like watching that.
I know, I've been like
that ticker go right up.
I'm like, come on, guys, get us there.
Yeah, it's exciting. Well, anyway, my name is Mark Burdett. I am the Deputy Director of the SBDC here in West Virginia and also the Network Builder for West Virginia Business Link. And our big news this month is we finally have 2 new hires. You guys will be meeting them next month. So we're excited. One of them is going to start October 20th. The other one's going to start November 3rd. So that is our big news. We're very excited. We think this is going to be great for us here at the SBDC, as well as complement the entire entrepreneurship ecosystem and how we've designed these 2 new positions. So we are very, very excited. We cannot wait to introduce you to them. They'll be an awesome resource for you guys moving forward. Just to dovetail on what Allison talked about, the SBDC is also a partner with a small business credit survey. I'm going to put our link in there. Feel free to use ours as well. We are partnered and joined at the hip with the ecosystem. So everybody, no matter which link you promote, doesn't matter. It's all going to count. So we hope that you guys use it as a tool to engage your clients, call them up, get them involved. We really want that statewide data collection tool that we're just not on there. Half the other states have it. We're not on there, and it is our mission for the entire ecosystem to pull our weight, get this credit survey in front of folks so we can learn more about how we can help all the businesses here across the great state of West Virginia. So thank you, and that is it. I'll give you 2 minutes back, guys.
Wow, thanks, Mark. We appreciate that. And we're looking forward to meeting the 2 new hires in your office. So thank you very much for the updates.
Stay tuned.
All right. So Michelle, I'm turning it over to you for any investor collaborative updates.
Thank you, Amber. I'm going to drop a link into the chat, and we are up and running with the FundOps program. And so you can go in, put an application in, and that gets us your information and gets you connected to the investors and some of the alternative lenders in the state. And so I will hand that back to you, giving you back 1.5 minutes. How's that?
All right. We're just gonna like start putting this into a deposit for folks that go over. It can you can donate time back, just like take pity on people. Okay, well now we're gonna transition to our entrepreneur pitches. So I know we have several of them today. The first one is actually somebody we've already heard from today, but Biddy Smith is also working on a venture as well as ThinkSpace. So Biddy, tell us what you got going on.
Hey everyone, I've switched hats to my passion project. So I'm still Biddy Smith, but this go around I'm founder of Salty Care Health, where we're on a mission to make healthcare feel less like a maze and more like a map you can actually read. We've all been there. You leave the doctor's office with papers, portals, and bills that look like hieroglyphics. Our product, Salty Your Health Companion, takes all that mess, visit notes, insurance cards, those infamous explanation of benefits, and turns it into a simple, plain English know and go card that tells you what it means, what to do next, and cost context. Our early users, folks managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or just trying to stay proactive, have called it like TurboTax for your health. That's when we knew we were onto something. We've built a working demo. You can try it now at saltycarehealth.com. No sign in, no uploads needed. It's stocked with sample visit summaries, insurance cards, so you can explore how Salty translates medical jargon into real world clarity, and lets you test our new family share feature that makes managing care for loved ones easier. We've even included your pets, because if you look around on the website, my co-founders are a pack of dogs. So, here's what I need from this community. Customer interviews. I'm looking for people who've ever left a doctor's office visit frustrated or confused. Patients, caregivers, anyone who's been lost in the paperwork jungle. Their feedback is shaping Salty's future. I also need technical collaborators. I've taken this as far as my nurse brain can go. I've built the demo in Lovable AI myself, and let's just say Lovable might be tired of my midnight questions. If you're a builder, designer, or data whisperer who loves untangling healthcare complexity, I'd love to connect. Because at the end of the day, Salty Care isn't just about tech, it's about turning overwhelming healthcare into confidence, one know and go card at a time. I'm Biddy Smith with Salty Care Health, your terms, no medical degree required. I'll put my information in the chat again. Thanks.
Wow, what a pitch, right on time. Great job, Biddy. That was awesome. Okay, we're looking forward to learning more about that, and we are going to get you some customer interviews and reach out to some folks about technical collaborations. Maybe James with the Beacon House folks can help you out. So we'll help get you connected. Thank you so much. All right, Jonathan, you're no stranger to the West Virginia entrepreneurship ecosystem. Are there any updates with Fling for All?
Yes, there is. Since last we spoke in April, we're pleased to be able to host first national doubles championship here at Cape and Springs, and it brought in people from all over the country. And the next month, I was able to go international at the British Cup. This is photo is showing me teaching kids in southern UK about fling golf, which we're very excited about. And then I was able to join the kids at the conference of the Try This Summit in West Virginia later in June. And then I came back in September at the National Association of State Park Directors, hosted the first time here in West Virginia at Canaan, and let all the state parks know about this incredible service, which is, of course, in all of West Virginia state park golf courses in the last 2 years. But my passion now has been turning toward the kids and the youth, knowing that's the future. So I partnered with West Virginia, Shape West Virginia, PE programs, getting those developed, as well as I was the 2023 Innovator of the Year Award winner for the State of West Virginia Tourism Office. 2024 was Nature's Mountain Play Classroom, and the two of us got together and had an event for kids in September at their conference. So what I'm looking for now is knowing that there are a lot of school systems, a lot of youth programs that would want to have fling golf in their community, but they don't have the funding or the support to make it happen. We have a number of fling golfers in West Virginia who are ready on the standby in various parts of the state to implement this, but the funding to get the equipment and to partner up with the people who are making decisions of this hasn't happened yet. So that's where we're looking for this group, anyone who has a passion for youth, getting them outside, getting them to try something that they can learn and do for life, and knows the way of helping school systems and parks that don't have funds to make it happen. Those are the folks I'm looking to connect with now. And I'll put flingforall.com as our website where I can be reached. And I look forward to getting out of the course and seeing you guys flinging, making West Virginia the premier place for this great new sport.
Awesome. Thank you. I texted Tara. I said, Fling Golf Classic at Bridge, one of our future bridging. Love it. That's good. Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, Mystic, I think we have a pretty tangible insurance need for Wild Institute. Can you tell us what you got going on?
Yeah, so I run Wild Institute. It's a nonprofit located in Fayette County. We do technical rescue and outdoor industry trainings. So we do a little bit of everything from like chainsaw classes to search and rescue classes. We have an AutoX as part of my Women of Rescue conference, and I have a female firefighter camp. We also do swiftwater rescue classes, wilderness first aid, wilderness first responder, a lot of stuff like that. We service first responders and adventure guides, which is huge. We're trying to make West Virginia a hub for training as well as adventure tourism, since those things go hand in hand. But I have struggled to get insurance for my operation. I've worked with a variety of insurance brokers and none of them have been able to find me anything. And last week at the ARC conference, you all mentioned this and that somebody was able to get insurance from it. So I'm kind of hoping that you guys can help me with that. I feel at a loss of how to continue. All my stuff is done by top-notch trainers in super safe environments. I've stayed away from working with youth because of the insurance risk, and I would really like to open up to youth. Especially, it's a big part of firefighting is getting those young people involved in their community, getting them giving back and engaged meaningfully. So I would really appreciate any advice on that or any help, point me in a direction.
All right, perfect. Thank you. If you could drop your information and the very specific ask that you have in relation to the insurance into the chat, we'll make sure that we get that in the follow-up email as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and to bring us home, Monica Waybright is going to be speaking as our entrepreneur spotlight today. Monica?
I think you're chatting, but it's muted, so I haven't started the timer. So yeah, so definitely want to unmute there.
There we go.
There you go. Yes, you're good.
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. I'm Monica Joy Waybright, and I'm a registered nurse with over 30 years healthcare experience. After making a simple post in February of 2025, I realized I had a business. I opened Joyful Respite LLC in June of 2025. As a nursing innovator, I offer private skilled nursing that fosters inclusion, socialization, and education while giving families the relief they deserve. My unique services are unmatched in West Virginia, include respite care at $40 an hour, first-time mothers packages at $50 an hour, celebration inclusion where I escort clients to special events with medical oversight at $50 an hour, post-surgical and wellness visits are $40 a visit, transportation, $30 a trip in Jackson County, transition consulting from home to long-term care facilities, and special requests are always considered. As an RN-owned business, Joyful Respite is family-centered care. In the future, I'm offering my business model and plan to seasoned nurses across West Virginia. My ask is simple. I need guidance on how to prep my business plan for sale, documents, legal steps, marketing, and connecting with those nurses statewide. My business is for everyone that falls through the cracks in healthcare, and everything is for family centered. If you guys can help me with any of this, my information will be in the contacts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if you want to go ahead and put any specific asks too, and we always kind of copy and paste those into our recap as well so that people can make sure they're getting you the targeted support. So appreciate you. All
right, thank you.
Well, thank you. And I noticed that Senator Queen is on, so thank you. We would appreciate you listening in, and we want to make sure that we get legislature involved in the good work that's happening in the ecosystem. So please reach out and invite them to attend. This is open to everyone, but thank you for joining us. We have a little bit of time if there are any other updates or anybody wants to give an update on anything or share an event that might not have been included in our initial agenda. Please feel free to put that in the chat. It'll get in the follow-up email, and we will give some time here for anybody that wants to come off mute and say hi.
Or if anyone that would like to talk at the November ecosystem call, we are also starting to work on that one.
Perfect. Tina, did I see you raise your hand, Tina? Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and spotlight you, and feel free to unmute and say hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. This is my first time, and I'm here on behalf of Carrie White, who is our instructor on our Co-Starters program in Marshall County. Hi, everyone. I'm Tina Marking. I am from Marshall County, and I am the owner of Mark Queen Behind the Screen. I launched my business in 2020 to help small and medium-sized businesses make the most of social media. Because in today's world, as we all know, if you're not visible online, you're missing opportunities to connect with your customers and your community. That's where I come in. I specialize in creating cost-effective, customized social media content that helps businesses and organizations stay active, authentic, and engaging without overspending. My goal was to make it easier for my clients to focus on what they do best while I handle the behind the scenes details. I have current clients in Ohio County, including Regional Economic Development, the County Commission, an animal shelter, the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, and a local nails salon. I like having a mix of clients. It keeps every day for me fresh, creative, and rewarding. I do research each client's industry and develop strategies tailored to their goals. We meet frequently to keep content up to date, relevant, and timely. Right now, I focus on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, now known as X, but I'm always open to exploring new platforms or trends that will fit each client's audience. Looking ahead, my goal is to expand my client base throughout West Virginia, helping more small businesses and organizations grow their digital presence. Thank you so much for letting me share. I'll drop my contact info in the chat and I would love to connect. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. Great job, and love seeing the connection with co-starters in Marshall County. So great work. Okay, John, over to you. I see you have your hand raised, buddy.
Hi, thanks, Tara. I've been working, volunteering this past year with the LG Coalition for Innovation on a number of AI research projects. And those papers are released tomorrow with the LG Coalition's Inno Summit 2025. Ariana Shrives is speaking on one panel there with Tech Connect. But I wanted to make people that was aware that those were going to be out tomorrow. I'm looking for local partners that are interested in kind of moving some of those projects forward from the coalition, and anything that would help to forward AI literacy in West Virginia and Appalachia. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll, once you have the link to those, we'll be sure to share them as well. So appreciate you taking that on for the ecosystem. Thank you.
I put it in chat.
Perfect. Okay. All right. It looks like Patricia, do you want to talk to the event that you just put in the chat? Grant expectations?
Yes, so from November 4th to 6th, we're going to do a 3-day grant training. We're very excited about this. It's going to go over writing grants, how to like take apart NOFOs and make sure you meet all the requirements, meeting everything that is needed to make your proposal successful. And then day 2 and 3, we're going to talk about internal controls, grant budgeting, the new changes to the CFR 200 and the state's guidelines, as well as go over compliance and things like that. So we're giving a discount to the ecosystem, $275 instead of the $300 or $325 that's coming up after October 15th. And we'd love to see you guys there. We think this is going to be a great event for everybody to keep getting funded, even though we're shut down right now.
Perfect. Thank you. Tara, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the chat. There's been several
things going on in the chat. Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm like trying to get caught up on this. It looks like Secretary of State is giving an update about filing January 1st and making sure you don't fall victim to scams. Secretary Warner, if you'd like to speak to that.
No, it's as simple as 6 clicks, and anyone in our one-stop business center will help make sure that you can file that yourself for $25. There is no need to pay $175 or $200 as the two companies that are trying to clip people right now in filing their annual report.
Perfect. Don't fall victim, everyone. Do not. Thank you, Secretary Warner. It looks like we do have a Vantage Ventures ask for a pretty quick turnaround. So Cortina, do you want to talk to what you're asking folks to do?
Hi, sure. I'm happy to come off mute. I just can't come off camera because I have a pretty weak connection, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So hi, everybody. Also, shout out to James. Beacon House is amazing. So I second everything that's happening over there. I am with Vantage Ventures. I have an ask by the end of the month if I can get 25 people in this network that would be willing to participate in a survey. I'm developing an MVP to help with a lot of the pain points that folks have with planning for marketing, press features, brand management, and designing assets. It's kind of the unsung challenge that a lot of us go through and kind of suffer quietly. And so I'm hoping to develop an MVP that's AI backed that will help kind of guide flow through a lot of that, using things like integrations with Canva, stock imagery, budgeting and tracking press deadlines, et cetera, et cetera. So I did include the link in the chat to take that survey. And the reason for the quick turnaround is because our program is going to be wrapping in December. And I'd love to have some live results and input that will help actually shape the features and the function of the app. So appreciate any input. If you have any other questions for me, I guess we'll go ahead and just drop my email in there. Feedback on questions that I'm asking or new suggestions are also welcome. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up. Just a quick update that next month's regularly occurring time was a holiday, and so I'm gonna drop the chat in the chat the registration link for these meetings. It might not automatically shift. I did change it. I don't know, Tara. Actually, I don't know. Did it prompt you in any way to change November, or do you need to re-register when I changed it?
It did not prompt me.
Okay, so just knowing that, I went in and went ahead and changed it. It's going to be on November 18th just due to the holiday. But in order to make sure that's updated on your calendar, you might just need to re-register for the events because it's already showing your November 11th activity date. And so go ahead and just make a note there that next month's meeting is changed due to the holiday and it will be November 18th from 2 to 3 p.m. That's one of those weird recurring emails that is going to happen every time when we do set up a recurring calendar invite. So, Tara, home.
Amber, we appreciate it. Okay, this was a very lively meeting. I loved all of the pop-ups and things that everyone had to jump in and say. So thank you so much for contributing to the West Virginia entrepreneurship ecosystem. We are looking forward to seeing you on November 18th. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
All right, bye everyone. Thank you all.